let the people know who you are and what you do.
How's it going, everybody? My name is Lemus, and I do art.
No doubt, no doubt. Where you from?
I'm originally from Honduras, but I grew up in Miami.
No doubt, no doubt. How was the experience from coming from Honduras and then transitioning to Miami?
That was a culture shock. When I first got to Miami, I didn't understand the language, so it became a little confusing at times, because I felt like coming to America was going to be a very welcoming situation, but it was not at all. So I had to adapt.
Okay, so what made you start doing art? I mean, did you start like at a young age, or you know what I'm saying?
I started art because I wanted to escape from all the troubles that I was facing because of the language barrier. I was having a language barrier with my brother, so we didn't understand the language, and we needed something to go ahead and pass us by. So we would just start drawing instead of doing our homework, and that got us in a lot of trouble. But at the same time, we both got better.
No doubt, no doubt. You also got some military experience, and you was profound with the art in the military as well, correct?
I was in the military, and that's where I would say that my art career started, because I by accident was drawing one of the drill sergeants, and I had a whole sketchbook, filled up with them. Because I transitioned from high school instantly right into the military. So because of that, I was still intrigued by art. I still wanted to do it, but I didn't know where I was going, to be honest with you. So being in the military kind of like helped me hone in and be a little bit more disciplined on what I wanted to do.
No doubt. Have you ever got any professional schooling for art, or you just cultivated yourself?
I did a little bit of a few classes when I was in Valencia, because obviously being in the military gave me the chance to earn the money so I can get the GI Bill. The GI Bill, I applied it to going to school. So I went to school, and I learned a lot, from Valencia East, West Campus. So yeah, I learned a whole lot from that.
No doubt, no doubt. What's some of the biggest inspirations, like the things that inspire you to paint?
So my biggest inspiration was meeting and knowing this thing called hip hop. Because hip hop was the thing that allowed us to breathe a little bit, where we didn't have to be so perfect. So hip hop, whether it be MCing, scratching, whether it be, whatever it is, whatever element, because there's so many elements to it elevated me and my brother to a way where we can communicate a little bit better and find a language, that everybody could be like, okay, cool, we understand where y'all coming from.
No doubt. What's some of the biggest challenges that you had to face in the art game, and how did it make you feel?
The art game is it's just like anything that you do, like playing basketball or whatever sport or anything that you want to go ahead and hone in, whatever craft. The biggest challenge to maintain has been my peers. Because my peers, your peers, they could be the ones that hold you back. Because in order for you to be an artist, you're going to have to be a little strange. You're going to have to be a little bit of a misfit. So being a misfit in a family where everything was supposed to be somewhat normal was challenging. So being around people that did not understand art and did not understand also the social aspect of being in the scene of art has been one of the biggest challenges. Still is, to be honest with you.
No doubt. I noticed that you paint a lot of animals. What makes you do that? I don't see a lot of people do that. I see you zero in on that a lot.
I was listening to this one song that Bob Marley sings, and he talks about the concrete jungle. And I was like, yo, there's certain people in my life that just remind me of just something in the jungle. It could be a flower, it could be an insect, it could be whatever, but there's always something that gives me that chance to almost remember, how it is being out of nature. Because I'm a profound lover of nature. So I always want to throw a shout out to Mother Nature, you know what I mean? So I always stick to that as being the diagram for whatever I do with my future with art is always going to be involving nature and art.
Okay. If there was one word to describe you, what would it be?
Describe me?
Mm-hmm.
Surreal.
Okay. So for any younger generation or, you know what I'm saying, kids that's coming up, which I know you're very involved with the kids, you could speak on that as well. What kind of advice would you give them coming up in art?
All right, so there is a moment that you as an artist, you as a young man or young woman, you're going to have to decide whether you want to continue to keep doing art. And that is going to be one of the biggest and most profound decisions you make, because I believe that everybody's an artist. Everybody's born with the ability to be creative, with an instinct to just create. You don't have to think about it. You give a child a crayon and instantly they're drawing, they're creating. Humans somehow, once we get to a certain point, we start letting that go. We say, you know what, this is no longer important to me. So my advice to young people that are facing that dilemma is, don't listen to your peers so much and be rebellious. Rebel against that and continue to keep doing your art. Raise your voice as loud as you can. Even if it fails you, still do it. So that way you can hear how impactful that voice could be.
No doubt, no doubt. How do you feel? I mean, like I see your work all over the city. And I remember the days of you just painting out your apartment. How do you feel, you know what I'm saying, just excelling to such a higher level and expanding to where so many different people can see your work?
That's interesting that you say that, because public art is just that. Public art is supposed to be where everybody sees it. Rich, poor, no matter the class. That is a gift all by itself. So my idea of doing art now is where I'm hoping that it involves the public, especially neighborhoods that otherwise get overlooked at. Because they'll take the resources citywide and they'll give it to the rich neighborhoods. But the poor neighborhoods don't get that. So my job, the reason why God has told me to be here on this earth and to do what I do, is to bring those resources back into poor neighborhoods. For black and brown children, they're thriving and they can be just as creative, but they don't have a lot of that inspiration around them. The neighborhood can use a little bit of that. And so that's why I focus on areas like Paramore, Pine Hills, APK, all that. Anywhere where there's a hood, you'll see Lemus.
No doubt. If there was one thing that you could take back and do differently, is there anything that you would do differently?
Absolutely nothing.
No doubt. No doubt, no doubt, no doubt. All right, no doubt. So just give your shout outs to anybody you want to shout out, you know what I'm saying? Anybody that helped inspire you to become who you are and all that good stuff.
Shout out to my family, my kids, my mother, my brothers. Shout out to everybody that has been there dealing with my crazy, surreal self and doing this art. I appreciate y'all support, and I also do apologize for the many times that you were confused about me. But I know where I stand, and I'm 100% happy.
No doubt. Where you see yourself 5 years from now?
5 years, maybe with an academy for kids, you know, teaching the youth, you know what I'm saying, about how they should handle their careers. Also the elderly artists, you know what I mean, artists that are already coming into a season where they cannot find medical attention, because we're getting, right now our city is shifting to the point where you have a lot of elderly artists that are getting into that age where they don't have no insurance, they don't have a lot of resources. So as a city, we need to invest into trying to look out for artists that get to that point. So I want to be able to invest in all those things.
Okay, okay. Let the people know how to get in touch with you, how to reach you, you know what I'm saying, all that good stuff. This man is all over the city, beyond the city, explosive. So just let the people know how to tap in.
Cool. At Lemus Art, that is my Instagram, and glemusgallery.com, which is being constructed right now. You can find me there. So if you drive around town, you can definitely see one of my murals. If not, one of my homies. If not, you go to an event out here and you see somebody that's thriving. I guarantee you that they probably somewhat know who I am, and I hope that I can inspire in the same way that you guys are inspiring me.
No doubt, no doubt. Appreciate you sitting with Rexz, man.
No doubt.
You know what I'm saying? Much love.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, peace.
One.